Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I am taking you through some meal inspirations, specifically using items that I purchased from Aldi. Now, even if you don't shop at Aldi, I think that this video provides you a ton of inspiration if you're looking for some different recipes that are, quite frankly, really easy to add into your weekly routine. Please keep in mind that we are not aiming for perfection with these meals. We are aiming for balanced plates that hit a range of nutrient profiles, doing our best to prioritize minimally processed items. But we also need to remember that life is life and stuff gets busy. So sometimes that means choosing something out of convenience rather than perfection, and that's okay. Picking apart someone's food choices is not inherently helpful or kind, so please remember to treat each other with respect in the comments. That being said, let's dive into some food, baby. Hello, good morning. I am going to show you my new favorite easy meal prepped breakfast. We have some blueberry protein pancake mix muffins. I don't really know what to call these. So all I did, I took it's like the Aldi, like the Millville protein powder pancake mix. I did 2 cups of that, 2 eggs, a cup of milk, whisked it all together. Then I added frozen blueberries in, and you want to be generous with the blueberries. I also recommend frozen. That way, when they're done cooking and you reheat them, they stay moist from that extra moisture in the blueberries, if that makes sense. So I cooked them at 350. I checked on them at 15 minutes, but I actually let them cook for 20. Again, it had that added moisture, so it just needed to cook a little bit longer. So in terms of eating these, I just heat them up for 30 seconds, peel off the paper pot. Don't ask me about macros, calories, or anything. If I'm being so honest, I have been so unmotivated to eat breakfast. I just get really like zoned in on work right when I wake up in the morning. But because of that, I get in these habits where I forget to eat breakfast or I skip until a long time. So having something that's super easy, sounds really yummy, just in the fridge and ready to grab is really good for me. So we're gonna have 2 of these bad boys. Cheers. Look at all them bloobs in there. All right, I'm gonna eat this, and I highly recommend making it yourself. Hey everybody, we're gonna prep breakfast for tomorrow. One of the best ways to ensure that I actually eat breakfast is by prepping it ahead of time. So we're gonna make some overnight oats. This is the last of my rolled oats from Aldi. Usually I like to do a 1/2 cup. Oh my God, that was like perfect. All right, so a 1/2 cup of rolled oats. This is some protein that was gifted to me and I don't like it, but I'm gonna finish it because I don't want to be wasteful. So I'm gonna do 2 scoops because 2 scoops of this is 21 grams of protein. Then I'm gonna do 1/2 cup of water. You're gonna be tempted to do more with the protein powder. Hold off. We're gonna start to mix her in a bit. So typically with overnight oats, you wanna go a little extra on the liquid because it's gonna absorb more overnight, but we are making this pumpkin style because it's fall and I'm a basic bitch. So this is just canned pumpkin from Aldi. Again, you can get this anywhere. I'm gonna do that much. A serving is 1/2 cup, I believe. We're measuring with our heart. And then, oh, Zoe's pooping. We're gonna do this pumpkin pie spice because if you don't know, just canned pumpkin doesn't have any of the pumpkin pie spices in it. So this is gonna give it more of that flavor. Now we're gonna mix all this in again. Good girl, Zoe. Good job pooping. And she's running away. So you just wanna get it fairly cohesive. Then what I like to do is just kind of spread it out along my Tupperware. So it's gonna look like this. And then in the morning, I'm gonna add some fresh fruit. I got blueberries this week because they were on sale. You do have the option, you can do a dollop of Greek yogurt. You could do a dollop of cottage cheese for a little added protein and just another texture. I just didn't buy any of that this week, so I'm just gonna add the fruit on top. And this is still a super balanced breakfast. It's gonna keep you full for a long time and it's super freaking tasty. Good morning, we're gonna make some breakfast. So in the true fall theme of things, we have some pumpkin bagels, pumpkin spice bagels. I have never tried these. Well, obviously I have now. I never tried them before purchasing. I will say I'm not a big fan. I actually feel like the texture is kind of off of these, but I purchased them, so we're gonna eat them. So what I wanted to do on top was actually either smoked salmon or a sausage patty, but unfortunately my Aldi was out of all of those things, and then I was too lazy to actually go get other things. So it's definitely not a protein-filled breakfast, which I'm just kind of living with for the week, but I wanted to include this because I think it just also kind of shows you that not every meal needs to be 100% perfect. You cannot have protein at breakfast and you'll still survive. You'll be okay. So what I'm doing instead, I have these tomatoes. I'm gonna use one of these little spreadable cheeses, and I have some capers. These are the only thing that actually is not from Aldi. I got these from the bodega randomly. I do not think that Aldi has capers, at least mine. All right. I'm wearing a sweatshirt now because I got cold. Here's our bagel toasted. So first up is this cheesy spread. Step 1, complete. Now we're gonna add the capers because we're basically just gonna like stick them on the cheese. Voila. And then finally, we're gonna add our tomato. And that is the final product. Cheers. Mwah. Would have been better with smoked salmon. Let's make a little lunch. This is one of my absolute favorites because it's really quick, it's really easy, and it's delicious. First thing, I'm gonna take one of these flour tortillas. I like these because they toast up really well. I like the texture, and just added bonus, they have 6 grams of protein. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is cut her like this. A little mayo. I'm gonna put this on the upper left quadrant. And I like to put the mayonnaise on the part where I'm gonna need something to stick to it. So for me, that is gonna be the pickles. These are the dill pickle chips. They're really, really high quality pickles. I usually put tomato, but my Instacart shopper got me 3 rotten tomatoes. So yes, it was a man getting my groceries this week, or as I like to say, when a man gets my groceries. All right, then we've got this Boston lettuce. She's gonna go on the upper right quadrant. And I usually do 2 to 3 pieces. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Gouda, don't sleep on the Gouda. This is usually more expensive, but I think this was like $1.25 this week, which I was like, let's go. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom right quadrant because when I flip this all over, I'm gonna put it on the bottom side so the cheese gets nice and melty. Then finally, some deli chicken breast. I wanted turkey, but they were out. And this man just tried to give me a refund. And I was like, sir, you're telling me there's no deli meat in the whole store. And he was like, oh, I can't see what your replacements are. I'm like, okay. That's what I get for being mean. All right, so we're gonna do like 4 slices on there. Now, we're gonna start at the left. We fold again. I'm gonna take the cheese, fold it over, give it a little smush. From here, very important, give it a nice spray, cheese side down. Then to get it nice and smushy, I'm gonna take this little lid, smush it down. As that's cooking, we're gonna get our little side dish of some grape tomatoes, just for some more, you know, color. So just a little thing of the grape tomatoes. All right, once you hear that cheese getting a little sizzly, now we're gonna spray directly on the tortilla so it gets nice and crispy. And then you're gonna gently flip over a closed side, because if you flip over an open side, any of your loose stuff, like if you add tomato or pickles, it's gonna go flopping out. I speak from experience. And then we're just gonna give that 1 more minute on the opposite side. All right, and this beauty goes right on our plate. Can I do this without flipping the whole thing over? Yay! All right, I'm gonna go devour this because I'm starving. Hello, we are going to make a big ass salad. This is probably one of my favorite go-tos because it's super simple, very versatile. You can kind of throw in whatever you want. So let's do it. So what I usually would have done over the weekend was batch prep some rice, but we just got home from a trip yesterday and I didn't feel like doing it. So first ingredient is rice. Very simple, not specific to Aldi. You can kind of get it anywhere. I put it in this container because it looks pretty. It's a brown. Next ingredient, salad kit. This is one of my go-tos. It's the Southwest chopped salad kit. I know people shit on salad kits a lot because they're like, you don't even get that much for your money. The dressing has too much sugar in it or whatever. If I'm being honest, I am just far too lazy to actually chop up stuff for a salad. So this is the way that I actually get in those vegetables. Next ingredient, some grape tomatoes. We're just gonna slice these bad boys down the middle. I'm gonna put in about 10. Then I'm gonna put in the salad fixins. I know someone's gonna be like, that's way too much for one salad. I don't use all the dressing, I will say that. But like, what fun is a salad without the fixins? And then finally, the pièce de résistance. That was really hard to say. Aldi's rotisserie pulled chicken. This stuff is incredible. I don't get it as often as I used to because when I started buying it last year, it was like $6.50. Now it's like $10. Inflation or corporate greed. So honestly, I try to just save this for weeks where I know I'm not gonna have time to prep, or if I've been feeling like a little more lazy. Oh, and now that I'm thinking about it, I wish that I heated that up. Oh well, the rice will be hot. But yeah, I basically just try to save this for like occasions where I know I can't put some chicken in the crock pot or prep another protein. So it is a little bit of a splurge this week, but we were out of town all weekend. Like I said, it was necessary. A little salt and pepper. We're just gonna mix this guy up. And then once the rice is done, we're gonna add that in and I will show you the finished product. All right, so here's our salad. We got some nice protein, carb, veggies, fat in here, all the good stuff. And I got my Aldi seltzer. So the really nice thing about this is that I'm gonna have easy access lunches for the rest of the week. I'm gonna sit and watch a YouTube video and eat this and take lunch break. Goodbye. All right, we are doing yet another big ass salad, but I want to show you how different products can kind of influence the taste. So like I said already in this video, I am fully obsessed with like all these seasonal or like limited time category, and I found this pickle de gallo. So it's just like pickles. I'm obsessed. So we're gonna make a pickle-based salad. Now I actually forgot to already make my carb base, so we're gonna do that really quickly now. It's this couscous mix. It says it cooks in about 5 minutes. I've had this before. And once I make it now, it's gonna be easy to access the rest of the week. All right, 1¼ cup water, and then 2 teaspoons olive oil. And the seasoning packet. So we're gonna mix that in, and then it says, let it come to a boil. Let's prep the salad in the meantime. The best part of a big ass salad is a big ass bowl. So we've got our romaine base. We're just gonna slice up some of these grape tomatoes. Ooh, she boiling. So we're gonna stir this in, and then we're gonna remove it from the heat and cover for 5. All right, the pickle de gallo. Don't ask me why I thought these flavors would go well together. We're gonna find out. And then I've showed this before already in this video. This is the Aldi rotisserie pulled chicken. I think this is the exact same scenario you've already heard me say. We were at a wedding this weekend. I didn't have time to meal prep anything. And that is the time that I allow myself to buy this very overpriced, but very delicious chicken. And once again, I meant to heat this up. Have you learned nothing? I am gonna take the dressing from the salad kit and use that, mostly because it is delicious, but I'm just gonna use half of it. And the other fixins can go in the fridge, and this be good. We might be combining too many flavors here. I have this blue cheese. This might be one too many strong flavors, but you know, we're gonna find out just a little bit. All right, we'll come back in 2 minutes and do the taste test. Ooh. So we're gonna do a little scoop in there. Everything else goes right in the Tupperware. All right, we're gonna give her a big old mix, big salad. Let's see if these flavors work together. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't hate that. You know when you go to like Cava, if you have those near you, and you can get pretty much every type of flavor possible in one bowl? That's what this is. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna say it's a win. It's dinner time. I actually meant to do all these dishes earlier. Yikes. I meant to show you this as I was bulk prepping it, but I forgot. So I'll just kind of pop up on the screen which Aldi products these are. I have a big old thing of the fall-shaped pasta with some chicken. So I'm just gonna put a few scoops in here. I'm not gonna get really picky about like the ratio of protein to carbs. I'm just gonna fill my bowl. All right, and then I think I want the green beans. We're gonna mix them in. Sometimes I'm like a child, and if I have a side of a vegetable that I'm not crazy about, I won't eat it. So I'm gonna make sure I have like a fistful. That's about a serving. And we're gonna pop this bad boy in the microwave. A few things. You're probably like, Justina, why are you ever eating with your husband? It's a good question. So first of all, I'm purposely filming these segments when he's at work, which brings me into the second point that Kevin is a stand-up comedian, so he is typically working at night. So like I said, the ingredients in this are super simple. This is the fall-shaped pasta, which I was so excited. I feel like my Aldi is always out of those like fun things. Then I just got some chicken tenderloins, cooked them in the oven, chopped them up, added them in. And then I actually had some frozen green beans in the freezer from Aldi that were like the steamable in the bag. They've been sitting in there for months, and I was like, I might as well just use these. I don't really love green beans, which is why I'm just mixing it into something that's a little bit more palatable. Pasta. Pro tip, if you thought you were gonna get luxurious meals in this video, you're mistaken. It feels hot. Okay, for our sauce, we're gonna do some olive oil, a little salt and pepper, and the best part, this shitty cheese. All right, we're gonna give her a mix. Get one of everything. Cheers. Amazing. Simple, classic, fun shapes, and I'm eating my vegetables. I feel like with half of these, I'm just gonna come on here and be like, I'm starving. But I am starving, so let's make dinner. So we are gonna make some pulled chicken bowls. I actually wanted the pulled pork, but they were out of it, so I got this instead. Do I typically go for these pre-made, pre-packaged meats? No. Was I away all weekend at a wedding and then came back on Sunday very hungover? Yes, so this is what we're having. So I need to start the rice because I actually forgot to meal prep this. for the reasons that I just said. And then we'll kind of chat about what we're doing as we go. So the rice is gonna be our base. This guy is gonna be our protein. I'm also gonna put this coleslaw in there for some crunch and some micronutrients. I'm gonna add some grape tomatoes, and then I still have a bunch of these dill pickle chips, so we're gonna put some of that in there too. And I think that's everything. I did try to get banana peppers, but they didn't have them. That would have been another thing to put in. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, let's do this. These are like little corn packets from one of the salad kits that I've gotten from Aldi. So this is still a full Aldi meal. I'm gonna make this rice and then make everything else. And we will come back when it's fully made because I quite literally can't think right now. All right, we're gonna let that rest for a minute. I am taking the rice off. I'm gonna kind of eyeball my rice. So far I've got like half the bowl coleslaw mix and then a little bit of rice. Let's get Ercole. All right, we're just gonna dump this bad boy out. Let's go right into the Tupperware. I got that all over the floor. How did I even do that? Okay, it's okay. You're doing great. She's so brave. She's well behaved. She is not afraid. She's just fucking starving. Okay, so we're gonna do a third of the package. Do a little bit of that sauce in there. And again, in a perfect world, you know, I'd have the chicken or pulled pork that I made myself. I would be adding my own sauce because I didn't even look. I'm sure there's like, you know, more sugar and more sodium in there that I want, but this is the type of week it is. I'm gonna put in our toppings. So I just cut up some of those pickles and those tomatoes. Go. A little double corn. Here's our bowl. So I'm just gonna mix this guy up. All right, cheers. Oh yeah, honestly, this could taste like dirt and I would eat it because I'm just so hungry. All right, I'm gonna sit and watch the new season of Selling Sunset. Goodbye. Hello, there are a lot of things happening right now. The Phillies are playing the Mets, Zoe is begging for food, and I'm cooking dinner. I want to show you really quickly and I'll kind of overlay like what dinner ends up being. But we're doing some Brussels sprouts with a really nice Mediterranean herb crusted salmon. So here's the salmon. The Brussels sprouts are already in the oven. I was going to do, let me show you, this like couscous mix with it, but I ended up deciding to omit this and leave it for another night because we quite literally had ice cream for lunch because I had to do a piece of content with Ample Hills, which is very exciting, but I do not need that many carbs in my day. So for the Brussels, I just put in some garlic, salt, pepper, olive oil, super simple. This guy is already crusted up, so I don't really need to do anything to it. So I will show you the finished product and then we will move to the next meal, everybody. I actually forgot this is the last meal of the entire video. Yay, we made it. So hopefully you guys found this informative, and even if you don't shop at Aldi, honestly, I'm just putting it in there because it's very searchable. Hopefully you realize that meals don't really need to be that overcomplicated. They can be super simple. I, if you couldn't tell, don't really like cooking because I'm not great at it, but I can still get in some pretty delicious and balanced meals that hit all of my nutritional needs. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Go Phils, and I'll see you guys in the next one.